Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner and this is my Esoterica. Today we're back with another collective reading for my Aquarians, for my Aquarius collective. So hello to my Aquarians, I hope you all are well. Today we're going to be using the Spirit Song Tarot. And as I picked up this deck, on the bottom of the deck we saw the Five of Shells, which is the Five of Cups in this deck. So for my Aquarians, it seems like you all are dealing with a sense of sadness, of loss, of regret in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like you all were dealing with somebody that you really saw as your knight in shining armor with the Knight of Cups here. But I feel like something has happened with this person. And at the moment, Aquarians, you all are focused on like really moving forward right now. I feel like you guys could have been dealing with somebody who is a lot more immature than you with the Page of Wands here, the Page of Acorns. Somebody who was really attracted to you, I feel, but just didn't have the capabilities of showing up in a more like in king energy, like they're showing up as a page. So unable to really stand in their power when it came to this situation. Like they weren't able to take control of this situation. But I feel like they were drawn to your energy, Aquarius. And I feel like this situation has really inspired you guys to focus on your own pentacle, your own stability, your own sense of internal worth and value. And yeah, I feel like there is some sort of decision that needs to be made here with the Two of Swords that's coming out here. A decision needs to be made, and like moving forward, I feel like is a big, like it's a big energetic thing that's happening in this collective of Aquarians. Like moving forward and like discipline and determination and willpower and like overcoming limitations is what I'm getting. And with the Ace of Cups underneath that, like I feel like you all are really focused on, you know, inner healing. And, you know, perhaps the situation has caused you all to do some soul searching here with the Four of Cups here. But I'm definitely seeing there were some challenges around like the stability of this connection. But let's go ahead and do a few more shuffles and see what else comes out in the heart of the situation for my Aquarian collective. So thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Aquarius collective? What else is going on with our Aquarians? Ten of Acorns, Ten of Wands. So yeah, there's been a situation here that has caused you all to be overburdened. And feeling like you're carrying responsibilities that aren't yours to have to deal with. Two of Swords still on this side. So something about having to make a decision, something about having to go within and make a choice. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have at the heart of this situation for our Aquarius collective? Seven of Crystals, Seven of Pentacles. This is the energy of thinking about where you're investing your time, what you're putting your energy into, and if what you're investing into is going to bear fruit, if something is going to, you know, give back to you what you put into it. So, wait a second. I think I got confused. Seven of Crystals is, no, I'm correct. I'm right. Just kidding. But maybe the situation has left you guys confused. But no, yeah, Seven of Crystals is the Seven of Pentacles in this deck. So yeah, what you've been investing your time into, and what is it producing for you? What is it giving back to you? I feel like that's been, a prominent theme in this situation for you guys. Because the Page of Crystals, like, again, another page, another immature energy. Like, I feel like this person could have been reckless with their words as well. Somebody who was, um, you know, how can I phrase this? This is the Knight of Swords. So somebody who was maybe thinking too ahead of, like, getting too ahead of themselves. That's the energy that I'm getting from this energy right now. So you could have been dealing with somebody who was a little reckless with their words, or somebody who was like emotionally detached, or you could have been dealing with an air sign as well. But like, in a way, I feel like this person did see potential with you, like they wanted to invest in something. But again, this is a page energy. This isn't a knight. This is like somebody who is interested in the idea of something but hasn't put the work into taking action towards it. So I feel like this person like did see an opportunity for something lasting with you. But they could have been a runner. You could have been dealing with a runner with the Knight of Swords as well. Somebody who wasn't really in touch with their emotions, who was thinking too much with their head, head over heart. And that caused them, with the Eight of Crystals. Wait. Yes, okay. Yes. So this has caused you to have to start to do work on yourself with the Eight of Crystals here, and building up a skill, or like a foundation. Maybe you have a business plan that you're working on, or there's something like, or just working on improving yourself. It could be as simple as that too. But yeah, I definitely see that you wanted to invest in this situation, but that you were dealing with somebody whose energy was a little more, again, immature than yours. And again, there is a sense of like loss and regret and sadness around the situation. But I do feel like, and it seems like this is going on collectively for a lot of signs, for whoever is in my collective. Like, my collectives are very focused on forward movement and forward momentum, and like no longer being shackled by the chains that binded before. So very powerful energy going on collectively. Um, let's do one more cut, and then we'll see what else comes out in the shuffle. So thank you, Spirit. Let's do one more cut for the heart of the situation for my Aquarians. Please and thank you. For my Aquarians. 10 of Crystals, 10 of Pentacles. So again, yeah, this energy of focusing on your own stability, on your own legacy, on what you want, the rest of your life to look like, what you want to, like, give to the people who come after you. Like, what do you want to build that you can leave behind? Like, I feel like that is the energy, like that is what you're focusing on now. Your own long-term stability and achievement and attainment. And like what can you do that is going to fulfill you emotionally and give you satisfaction? And I feel like you guys could be very much like building community right now, or focusing on building community. Like this little bee here, I feel like you guys have been very busy bees, trying to build something for yourself. And you could also again be, working with people in your community, or trying to build something with others. With that Three of Pentacles energy, like collaborating with others to bring something to life. But yeah, so overall, a sense of sadness, a sense of loss, somebody you've been dealing with a little more immature than you, very interested in you, very attracted to you, but not able to really meet you where you were at. Could have been, again, a little emotionally detached, could have been harsh with their words, could have been a little too stuck in their head. But yeah, let's see what comes out in the shuffle for my Aquarius collective. So thank you, Spirit. What is coming out for my Aquarians? What is the situation for my Aquarians? Okay, 2 cards came out. We have the 5 of Feathers and the 10 of Crystals again. So the 5 of Feathers is the 5 of Swords, and this is the energy of arguments. This is fights. This is ego. This is somebody letting their ego get in the way. This is somebody fighting to win, not necessarily trying to meet somebody where they're at. So there's been some sort of conflict here that has, like, and we have the 10 of Pentacles again here as well. So it's like some sort of conflict here has, like, again, like, spurred all of you onto this path of trying to build a legacy for yourself. 1133, as I was saying that. And, you know, we'll get more information, we'll get more depth as we clarify these cards. But so far for this first 1144, as I'm, you know, in this first row, we have some sort of arguments. I mean, also it's interesting that this deck is a little bit sweeter in its interpretations of the cards. So here it says strategy and resilience. And for the 10 of Pentacles, it says stability and attainment. Strategy and resilience, stability and attainment. 1212, as I'm saying that. So look up these numbers as I'm saying them, because there might be some messages that would resonate for you. But yes, strategy, resilience, about what you want for your long-term stability and, you know, your legacy, right? What I feel like I'm getting is that arguments and the fighting and the, you know, the ego has just really confirmation verbs. Like, started to help you refocus your attention, like, off this person and onto, again, your long-term stability and your foundations and what you're building for yourself. But let's see what else comes out. So thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Aquarians, for our Aquarius collective in this reading? What else do we have for our Aquarians? Three of Shells. Another 3, another more energy about community, more energy about working with others. Now, this energy is at the center of your spread, and again, we'll get more insight when we clarify it. But I am really seeing the energy of, you know, spending time with friends, spending time with people who, you know, lift your spirits and lift your vibration. So if you were dealing with somebody, again, this immature energy, somebody who, you know, was argumentative, somebody who, you know, again, harsh with their words, emotionally unavailable, yada, yada, yada. I feel like you guys have been pulling your energy back and, like, reinvesting that time and energy into, again, the people who are helping you build yourself. Friends, family, you know, again, business people. There's a lot of energy of reconnecting with your community here, Aquarius. So, again, we'll get more depth when we clarify, but let's get one more card. Please, Spirit, for our Aquarius collective. What is going on for our Aquarians? for our Aquarian spirit. Something came out. The Traveler, which is the Fool in this deck, but it came out in reverse. So this is like recklessness, right? This is like being afraid to take a leap of faith towards something new. So there could be something that you guys are on the precipice of wanting to, you know, again, take a leap of faith toward, but you're afraid, right? There's like something about not being able to trust in the leaping, if that makes sense. In the upright, the keywords on this deck's Fool are adventure and potential. So there's a blockage of this energy since it's coming out in reverse for you guys. Like there's a sense of wanting to, again, take a leap of faith, of wanting to jump into the unknown, of having a new beginning, but there's something still holding you back. Like there's some hesitation here. So there's transformation taking place. I went to pick up the deck to shuffle out some more cards, and Death popped off the top. So there is a sense of rebirth happening, of, you know, old things dying away to make way for something new and, you know, more powerful and more aligned to emerge. But there's a fear here of having to take that leap. Again, with that Two of Swords energy, there's a decision that has to be made, but there's some hesitancy around making it. So there's a leap you need to take, but you haven't. There's fear around taking it again. So let's clarify and let's see what else comes out. So thank you, Spirit. Can we start with this 5 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles energy that came out? Let's go ahead and clarify this energy. For our Aquarius collective, please clarify this 5 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles for my Aquarians. Please clarify this 5 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. We got one. Three of Acorns, again, this came out in the shuffle. This is about forward expansion. This is about growth. This is about leaving behind, you know, what's comfortable and what's familiar in order to kind of like embark into the great unknown. So there's this sense of strategy and resilience with the 5 of Swords here, because again, these are more positive interpretations of the traditional Rider-Waite. So instead of arguments, instead of ego, which still could have very much been involved in this situation, and I'm not saying it's not, but for these cards in particular, strategy and resilience are the key words for the 5 of Swords, especially when it comes to your long-term plans and your long-term foundations. So you may just be very much in this energy of trying to plan your next steps and, you know, move things forward so you can find, you know, your lasting foundations and your stability and, you know, figure out what your legacy is going to be, right? So yes, so that's the energy that is happening, but it's involving you having to walk away from a situation that is no longer emotionally fulfilling for you, with the 8 of Cups right here. Again, it popped off the top of the deck as I was going to shuffle out some more cards. So yeah, like having to leave behind something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling, and having to strategize and think outside the box and think about how you want to enact your long-term plans and how you want to initiate moving forward into this next phase of your life, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and clarify one more time this first row of cards. So thank you, Spirit. Can we get one more clarifier for this first row of cards for our Aquarius collective? One more card, please, for this first row, Spirit, for our Aquarius collective. Very particular card wants to come out, so let's try again. Thank you, Spirit. Can we clarify this first row of cards for our Aquarius collective? The Sun. Vitality, joy, clarity. And the Queen of Acorns, Queen of Wands. So I definitely see you all like stepping into your power as a result of this situation. I feel like you guys are very inspired to go after your joy, what brings you happiness and fulfillment with the Sun here. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of what this first row is about, more so than anything else. Like, you guys are in an era of strategizing and planning and figuring out your next steps and how to push yourself forward, to find your joy, to find your spark, to find what you want your legacy to be, what you want your long-term plans to involve. Again, building community seems to be a big theme for my Aquarians right now. But let's go ahead and clarify this Three of Cups energy in the middle. This is at the heart of your spread. So again, the energy of being around people who help 2222, as I'm saying that, who help build you up, and who help contribute to your ideas in some way, shape, or form. But let's go ahead and clarify. Can we clarify this Three of Cups for our Aquarius collective, Spirit? Please clarify this Three of Cups for our Aquarius collective. Please clarify this Three of Cups, Spirit, for our Aquarius collective. Again, very particular cards wants to come out for this. Thank you, Spirit. Can we clarify this Three of Cups energy for our Aquarius collective? Okay, well, that jumped out. The Knight of Acorns, the Knight of Wands, and this energy came out crossing. So for me as a reader, this is energy that you all are kind of consciously grappling with. And the Knight of Wands is the energy of taking action on your passions, on letting your inspiration drive you, even in times when it feels like there's no like outside proof that it's working. I'm thinking of the traditional artwork for the Knight of Wands, and for all of the court cards in the Wands suit, the landscape around them is dry and barren. It's a desert. So symbolically, that speaks to, even when, you know, it seems like there is nothing to like prove to you that something's growing, right? The passion and the drive is all you need to really achieve success, because that is what, like, the king, the queen, the page, the knight, they have no evidence that what they are working towards, what they're going after, what they're inspired by is going to produce results. and yet they still stand there proud, confident, radiant, and, you know, not really worrying about that. They only are really concerned with following their own passions. So I feel like that is what this card is saying. You know, like, you all are very focused on building up your foundations, building your community. My Piper, my kitty cat, is confirming all of this for you by meowing in the darkness over here. So yeah, building community, trying to find your happiness, taking action on things that inspire you. And yeah, let's get one more clarifier for this middle row for our Aquarius collective. Thank you, Spirit. One more clarifier for our Aquarius collective. One more card for this middle row, please, Spirit. Thank you. The Hanged Man popped out. So this is the energy of having to take a step back, having to sort of surrender in order to get a new perspective on a situation. So it's interesting that this card came out as a clarifier for this. What I think it's Spirit is saying is that, like, yes, you are in the process of building something for yourself. You're in the process of, you know, letting your actions inspire you, letting your actions drive you. But there is a sense of also having to surrender, in a sense of having to, you know, pause in order to start seeing things from a different perspective. And it's interesting because, like, your energy is like having to, like, go, like, not having to, but like you're inspired to take action. You're trying to take action and take charge of your life and, you know, build this community for yourself. But there is a sense, I feel like Spirit is just saying, like, patience is necessary here. And again, needing to see things from a fuller perspective. And, you know, maybe if you're getting kind of bogged down in the energy of things like not working out how you planned them, again, there's this energy of being afraid to take a leap of faith, of not trusting in, like, the divine to catch you. So it seems like Spirit is saying there is, like, a pause that needs to happen here. There's a perspective shift that needs to take place here. Yeah, very interesting. And again, the Five of Shells, the Five of Cups is on the bottom here. So it's like maybe you need to take a different perspective on this loss, or this sense of loss, or this regret, or whatever the sadness is that is popping up in this reading. You could have even been dealing with somebody who put you in a third-party situation. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is a runner, somebody who is, again, like, fueled by their passions, somebody who's non-committal. But it's like you've gotten a different perspective on the situation. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into this last row. What is this Fool energy in reverse, Spirit? Can we clarify this Fool energy in reverse? Please clarify this Fool in reverse energy, Spirit. Goodness. The Four of Wands. It was upright when it came out, and then and it flipped into the reverse. So the Four of Wands in the upright is about stability. It's about success. It's about celebration. And it's about, you know, celebrating, like, the short-term victory. Like, it's like a checkpoint in a longer journey, right? In this energy so far, it seems like there's a sense of instability here, and that is what is like stalling you guys from actually taking this leap of faith towards whatever this next chapter is for you. There's like a sense of things not being stable, things being uncomfortable. But again, with the Four of Wands, we have community, and so much energy of community coming out, Aquarius. So like, I feel like whatever collective I am tapped into, in whatever way this resonates for you, like you are very much trying to build your community right now. And it could very well have been as a result of whatever love situation that you were attached to. Again, it seems to be a theme in my collective reading so far. Like whatever collectives I'm tapped into, you all are focused on moving forward and moving your life forward from whatever situations you've been attached to in the past. But for you guys in particular, Aquarius, there's like a sense of being afraid to take a leap of faith. Let's get one more card for this last rose spirit for our Aquarius collective. One last card for this final row, please, spirit, for our Aquarius collective. Death, and didn't that come up earlier? It did. That was a rhetorical question. So there is a sense of transformation taking place, of having to let the old version of things go in order to fully step into this next era of your life, this next chapter of your life, which, you know, I see is like going to result in success with the Six of Acorns here, which is the Six of Wands. Like, this is you like feeling seen, feeling validated, people again celebrating you. And like there's this energy of equal give and take as well. These are two sixes, and I just saw 3232 on the timer as I was saying that. And like this is the energy of you guys taking control of your own lives with this, with the Emperor here as well. So like you guys are working towards like really being seen and valued for what you bring to the table, and like people giving to you equally in parts of like what you give to them as well. Like I feel like in order to fully embrace this next chapter and take this leap of faith is going to involve letting go of the old ways of being, the old ways of doing. Like you need to take a pause and see things from a different perspective. I feel like you guys have maybe been in this energy of like go, go, go. With the Knight of Wands here, and the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, like 3333 as I'm saying this, like I feel like you guys have been very much in the energy of actively trying to move things forward for yourselves. But Spirit is saying that there does need to be a pause and like an integration in order for you to start to see things differently, so you can maybe finally feel stable in this, so you can, you know, let go of the old version of things in order to set yourself up where you feel confident to take a leap of faith towards something new, even if you're not sure how that will pan out. Because again, I do see you in this era of strategy, of planning, of trying to, again, move things forward so you can build a solid foundation for yourself and find what lights you up, what sparks your joy. Again, what makes you feel seen and validated, what, you know, with the Six of Pentacles here, I mean, yes, clock it. But again, this is like people who give to you as much as you give to them. It is very much like community building energy, right? So yeah, this was a very interesting reading. Let's go ahead and get a piece of advice for you, my Aquarians. So what is your advice, Spirit, for my Aquarius collective here? What is your advice, Spirit, for my Aquarians when it comes to this situation? Temperance in the crossing position. So Spirit is saying you need to take the time to find balance again. Take the time to consciously focus on recalibrating. The keywords here are balance and harmony. And the zebra in my animal spirit deck relates to somebody who is, you know, proud of their idiosyncrasies, proud of their like weirdness in a way, right? So I feel like you just need to get to a point where you can, you know, stand proudly on your own, be confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, and like really just continue to focus on finding balance within yourself. Keep one foot focused on your material world, and make sure you also are keeping one foot into your emotional world. So like if you are trying to pull your energy away and throw everything into this whatever you're working on in the hopes that it will like totally distract you, in the sense that you won't still have to deal with the fallout of whatever this situation is, think again. Like you need to have a foot in both worlds. You need to, yes, continue to focus on your material world, but do not neglect your emotional world. It's interesting because I wasn't getting this energy until the end of like you guys throwing your energy into building something as a way to avoid doing the emotional work of healing from this. And it's interesting too because I always channel love messages, not intentionally, that just is naturally what flows through me, typically. So I want to say like there needs to be like a sense of really releasing this fully and doing the tough work of healing emotionally from it. It's like you guys have, if I'm thinking of the temperance angel again from the Rider Waite, like you guys have your feet all on the material world, but you're neglecting your emotions is what I feel like I'm getting here. So your advice is to make sure you guys are focusing on balance and finding balance again. And not putting all of your energy into one aspect of your life in and neglecting the other side. So yeah, that's your advice. Now, what is coming next for my Aquarius collective, Spirit? What is coming next for my Aquarians? What is coming next, Spirit, for my Aquarius collective? What is coming next, Spirit, for my Aquarius collective? Very specific card wants to come out for you guys. What is coming next, please, Spirit, for my Aquarians? King of Feathers, King of Swords. Taking control of the situation, starting to think logically, starting to have a solid plan in place. Logic and justice, it says here. So, and then the Tower on the bottom. Interesting. The Tower and then the Nine of Feathers for what's coming next. So it seems like there is some sort of tower moment, some sort of big shakeup that's going to cause a lot of anxiety, I want to say, with the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, you guys could have been dealing with someone with the King of Wands here and the Two of Pentacles, somebody who kind of like balanced or juggled you, was not prioritizing you in some way, shape, or form. But it seems like or this is something that's going to come out for some of you. Again, this is a collective reading, so please only take what resonates with you. But it seems like you guys are really going to have to take control of the situation and start approaching things from your mind, from a more logical perspective. So maybe you guys need to take your emotions out of the situation and start thinking more with your head and with logic. Be honest with yourself, be honest with the situation. Cut out things that aren't serving you and that are dragging you down. But yeah, I do see you having to like step into your power and cut out any confusion or any kind of stuff that's keeping, like cutting through any illusions is what's coming next. Again, planning with the king, having a plan in place, being logical. And yeah, just taking control of your thoughts, taking control of your thoughts. And like bringing justice to yourself, for yourself is what I want to say. So yeah, my friends, that is your reading. It was very interesting. Well, I don't know if it felt all over the place to you guys a little bit, but it did feel that way to me a little bit. But maybe that's just reflective of your guys' energy. Maybe you guys are feeling all over the place right now too. So I hope that resonated for somebody out there. And if it did, please consider liking and commenting and subscribing. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how this resonated, if it resonated. And yeah, I'm sending you guys a lot of love, and we'll see you in the next one, okay? All right. Take care.